This podcast is brought to you by LaxAllStars, growing the game one podcast at a time. What's going on, everybody? It's Friday, and that means you made it to the end of another week. You deserve a little bit of the lacrosse podcast. I'm Justin Skaggs from woodlacrossesticks.com, and we are coming to you live from my studio here in Philadelphia. It was a wild week here in the NLL. We had the Swarm snap the Bandits' 6-game win streak. Somebody had to inevitably do it. The Mammoth do what they do best and caught an L. So did the Wings by doing what they do best and blowing a lead and not being able to finish. Lastly, we have the Roughnecks getting just what they wanted for Christmas by beating the Rock. Let's take a quick look at an advertisement, and we'll be right back with my main man, Rich. We'll do the weekly recap. Wooden sticks haven't died, they've just evolved. A hickory box lacrosse frame can still be used. It can play against plastic and metal, and in the right hands, it can win. When it's all said and done, and my stick-making days are over, it's humbling to think that my sticks will still be out there. All right, to my right, which was empty a moment ago, and now it is filled, is...
This is a green screen. I'm not even really here.
Yeah, what if we didn't tell you we were shooting in front of a green screen? What if you just came in like all Irish colors? It is St. Patty's.
I'm in Iceland right now. I'm not here.
This thing's really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wasted a lot of time yesterday.
Can you put Iceland behind me?
We can put anything you want behind it.
All right.
All right, so you went to the Wings game this weekend.
I did.
Why don't you take this one
Joe
over?
went. Oh, man. So first off, big shout out to the homie Ian McKay. Hooking us up with the tickets.
Much respected.
You put us in that Bandits fan section, so hopefully we were nice enough to the fans. But no, it was a great game. I mean, Philly. Let's be real about it. Philly had more than Buffalo could handle. I mean, like Buffalo is just at the end of the day the best team in the league. So I mean, honestly, losing by 1 in overtime is not that embarrassing.
No, it's nothing.
I mean, and like
no egg on your face there.
But I mean, and watching the game, I honestly, and this game, and we'll get into the Buffalo Georgia game, but I think the tale of this weekend was Matt Vince was not on. Both games to me just looked like things were getting by him at a rate that I've never really seen before. But I mean, oh man, that Philly Buffalo game was really good. Joe was there. It was kind of back and forth. Philly got a little bit of a lead early on, but it was, man, I can't even complain about the play. It really was just, it wasn't like usually when, you can pick a spot in the game where you're like, okay, you really did give it up. Buffalo has scores.
No, it's you lost by 1 in overtime.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like even the little bit of gap. Like some people will say, like we gave up another like lead, but really that's not a big enough lead to really complain about. Like when you look at the top scores,
it's just
in the league,
it's just the pattern of things.
Oh,
but
no,
at this
absolutely.
point in time, also, we're not contesting anybody for top anything. And if you could have taken a W against them, that would have been so amusing. Yeah, that's it, just amusing. Yeah, it would have been like, ooh, that feels good.
It would have been
like
nice.
a warm shower. It would have been like,
the team looked
good.
great this weekend. Though.
Yeah, they did.
That's
it was fun to watch.
Maybe with a little bit of extra trades that we just got in. But no, it was a good game. Buffalo just did their thing. Chase Frazier went off. Like he really did go off.
The Roughnecks, could not have gotten a better outcome by beating the Rock. They carried an early lead, and then there was a power play where the Rock had a chance to take it into 2, which is definitely changing the momentum of the game. And then to counter that, the Roughnecks actually put one in and created a 4-point spread. And that's just the kind of play that really dampens another team's spirits and drags that game into a W. And I loved it. The second that happened, I was like, ooh, all right.
That one was wild too because I feel like, and maybe I've been saying it the whole season, I never thought Toronto was as strong as people were giving them credit for, and I think this loss to Calgary kind of is a little bit telling of that. I don't know, man. No slight on Calgary at all. No slight on Calgary, but
when this camera's not on, he literally just
slight Calgary all the time.
He just writes Calgary on pieces of paper and
then just tears it,
just
rips
it up.
No, but this was a pretty strong win for Calgary over a team that was considered to be like maybe the best in the league, and I don't know, man. You can't be beating Philadelphia, but I think the Buffalo is looking like that team.
Well, the Mammoth, man, you know, I got to tell you, like, I got so many people who live in Colorado, and I get to catch a couple Colorado games live every year, and it's just like I don't like wallow in the fact that this season hasn't been, you know, one of their best. But yeah, they caught another L, and they caught an L to an expansion team, and obviously you got two different types of expansion teams. You have the Philly expansion team, and you have the Seals, and the Seals are coming and you know, good.
You know what?
Good for their city, you know, because they don't have good lacrosse over there.
Exactly.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I will say good for the Seals, but also, you know, one thing that I would like to bring, you know, maybe they're having an easier go at it having that beautiful weather the whole time. Like, I'm just saying, like, if you could just walk outside in that beautiful weather and just have a catch with the homies, like, I think they're probably getting a lot more practice in than everybody else.
Sports played in an ice rink.
I know, but like, listen, the rink is where it happens, but outside the rink, it's pretty down there. I don't know. Maybe I'm making that up. Is it nice in San Diego to just play?
Yes, it is. It is actually. I've been there.
It's so pretty. It's so pretty.
Their pizza's awful, but it's
screw you guys.
pretty.
You're winning and it's pretty.
All right, and then we have the Swarm. Holler at that, man.
Yo, so
good job, boys.
Yeah, the Swarm went off. I mean, and all right, now that I'm remembering this Swarm game, let me not just say that, like, I do think Matt Vince had a little bit of an off weekend, but boy, the Swarm went off. I mean, I guess
well, it's also second game.
Absolutely. That's another thing.
I can't even play like I go to the Laz Night tournament on day 2. I'm like,
I got 5 on Saturday. I'm not Matt. You're doing great. I'm gonna look way worse, so it's fine. But the only reason that I said that it might have been an off weekend is because against Philly, he looked a little off, and then I mean maybe I'm just attributing Georgia doing Georgia's thing, but Miles and Lyle went off. I mean, everybody was really getting on the board. It was a wild one. I mean, I think a bunch of the goals from that game are on SportsCenter's top 10. Sorry, Matt, man, 2 in a row. I mean, at least you got one, but Georgia, they put a whooping on them.
Well, we got a lot of lacrosse coming up this weekend.
Ooh.
Like, there is a decent amount. So let's get to the weekly preview here, and we'll be with you guys in just a moment.
All right, so coming at you Friday the 15th at 7:30 Eastern time, we got Georgia versus Rochester. I mean, that's probably going to be a strong one for Georgia, being that Rochester's like trading away their whole team already.
Yeah, they
with the whole expansion thing, that's kind of weird.
It's gonna suck to take a hard L and then have to show up the next day against Toronto, which is slacking. But.
Yeah. So on Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, Rochester's taking on Toronto. That is going to be a rough weekend, in my opinion, for Rochester, being that they just traded away nearly their whole team and they got a double header.
As those things are, though, it could be the weekend to prove.
Yeah, good point.
Boom. All right, well, also on the 16th, you can catch Colorado and Calgary at 9 p.m. And then 9:30 p.m., Buffalo, Saskatchewan.
Ooh, and then at 10 p.m., we got Philadelphia versus San Diego.
San
Diego, and again at 10 p.m., New England versus Vancouver. So I guess clearly, if you're going to watch one of those 10 p.m. games on Saturday, you're going to do the battle of the expansion teams, right?
That's what I would do.
That's what I would do. Be smart. Do what we would do.
Hey, Rich actually came in here not knowing who we were going to interview today, but we have Lacrosse Legend and operator of the #1 tournament in the country, Kevin Leveille.
Ah, yes, the beautiful Lake Placid.
Dude, you know it's the anniversary this year, 30.
Oh man.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh,
buddy. All right, well, let's get him on the line. He's going to be calling here in a minute, and we will patch him in. And I mean, I can't wait to ask him what he's got planned because he's going to blow it out this year.
Yeah, sorry, I got distracted thinking about the beautiful Lake Placid again.
Yeah, it is awesome.
All right, catch Kevin in a second.
We have a lacrosse legend on the line. Kevin Leveille, also the name that I scream whenever I do anything successful in my office.
Well, that makes more sense.
Also the name that you scream when you need anything done when you're at an event.
Yeah.
Yes, unfortunately, that is the case. Yep.
Oh, dude. Can we take, like...
Home Alone.
Oh, please do. Yes, I was going to say, please use a Home Alone clip.
Oh, yeah, editor, if you wouldn't mind, just thank you. All right. Power of editing. We're actually in a green screen, so don't do anything. Just put it right behind us.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. All right, Kevin, you guys have something really special going on this year, and the whole lacrosse community knows about the Lake Placid tournament, but this is the 30th anniversary. So what's that like for you, man?
It is. It's amazing. I'm 37, and so that means I was 7 at the first event, and I do recall being there. And it was certainly not what it looks like today. We just started with 7 teams back then, and it was raining all weekend, and I was probably a pain in the neck for my father who was trying to get the thing organized. But yeah, it's crazy. I mean, a lot's happened in 30 years, and the really cool thing is that a lot of the people haven't changed. The fields, the look, the feel, all of that stuff's changed, but really the people, which are the core of the event, many of them still come back and play. We've got a lot of people that have been to every event, all 29 so far, who'll be checking the 30 box this year, which is really amazing. And because of that, we've actually got a 65 and over division starting up this summer with 4 teams. So
last year that was just a game, right? Like just a senior game.
Last year was a 65 and over game, and this year we'll have 4 teams competing in an actual tournament style. So those guys are really the key group that came the first year and have just continued to play. All the way through. They just really love the game and the sport for what it is, and it's really that simple. So it's really cool. It's really special.
I can't lie to you, man. That's my favorite thing that you do.
Yeah,
like the old heads is my favorite thing.
It's funny because of the old heads and especially last year's game, people always ask me is like, oh, like so like when is the like cutoff for like when you can keep playing? I was like, as a man told me last year, when you can't.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna play until I can't, and he was wearing robo legs. He had robotic things on his legs. You remember that guy?
I do. Yeah.
He's my hero.
Oh, they pumped ice water through his knees.
That was awesome. I needed those. So also, yes, I guess I'm almost eligible physically for the 65 and older game.
If I stand on your shoulders, we're like 65 years old, and we just be.
We'll do like a little Rascals thing.
Absolutely.
We have good range in the deep hole.
So besides just giving people a competitive opportunity to play over 65, which is, I think that you guys are the only place that happens. Are you not?
I think there's a tournament in Florida where the same group of guys kind of have made their winter lacrosse plans, and I think that they had some sort of a division or some part of it was 65 plus this year. So it's happening. It's just the same group of guys.
I'm sure it is.
I guess that would make sense. Florida has the retired lacrosse population down there.
Yeah, why not?
Oh yeah,
Why not?
Yeah, a lot of Northeast guys trying to find the sun in the winter as well. So.
Well, besides just Old Man Lax, what else do you guys have coming up for the 30th anniversary here?
Well, we've got our same old, scholastic portion at the beginning of the week, which is about 100 teams, some of the best high school players on the boys and girls side. On the girls side, we have a North Star division, which is basically a commit team division. So you've got kind of the Maryland, UNC.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Northwestern, kind of.
Did you not see that last year, Rich?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, it was sick.
Oh,
They're basically
It's impressive.
NCAA athletes.
They're like See, that's crazy. There's so much lacrosse going on. Like, you have to make sure you know what's going on.
Yeah, I got to catch all of that. It was one of my favorite things. There was I think it was, didn't Notre Dame's entry class win last year? Yeah, there was this one young lady, and she shot the ball, and I literally saw someone from the Maryland team duck. It was no. Yeah, because all these people, right? They haven't played on this level, and it's their first taste of playing in the big pond.
Yeah,
and I don't think she ever saw a ball come like that.
Yo, it's funny. You're just like, oh, that's that speed right there.
Oh, that's the heat. Everything comes up. Yeah, that's a really amazing division. That's cool. And what a counter, right? You have the next level of young ladies' talent next to a bunch of people staring at Dom Starge as he takes off a peach helmet. Peach bucket helmet. It's very
exactly.
fun.
And it's really cool that the families get to meet each other beforehand and basically have a kind of a mini vacation together and get to know each other even before they head off to school. So, and the same with the girls, obviously.
Yeah.
A lot of them are meeting each other who will be kind of spending a lot of time for their collegiate careers together. So it's a really unique thing, and that's really a lot of fun to watch and really fast paced. And then on the boys' side, we've kind of created a Summit division, which is kind of our elite high school division, in which we'll have 8 teams. And again, we've got some of the best high school talent in the country with the FCA national high school team, Sweet Lax's national high school team, Team 91, Gators, which is a cool team that kind of popped onto the scene last year. We've got Orange Crush out of the Syracuse, Central New York area.
Yeah, they won like everything.
So again, like you said, there's a lot to kind of try to track and follow, but I think definitely the North Star division on the girls' side and the Summit division on the boys' side are certainly ones you don't want to miss.
Yeah, speaking of something we don't want to miss, every single year I'm there, you always drag your feet as to whether or not you're gonna pick up a stick and put some pads on. Can we just settle that now, or are we gonna do this dance one more time, Kevin?
I lost you there for a sec.
I said, are you going to put the pads on again, or are we going to do this song and dance where you say you don't really know? Oh, I'm super busy. Maybe I'll get over there, and then inevitably you do anyway.
Yes, I have to admit, my father always played, as he was operating the event, so he's pretty much played in all 29. Obviously, I played when I was younger, and then in some of the MLL years, I wasn't able to play, which just kind of created more of an itch for me. And then we had a UMass alumni team going pretty strong for a while, and then that kind of just fell off a little bit once some guys had some conflicts. But, I do. This being the 30th anniversary, and our awesome staff, which has also been around, for the most part for 15 to 20 years, pretty solid here. I would love to break off and be able to go play and just run around a little bit and spend a little time as a participant in the 30th annual this summer. So we'll have we're planning to have the MLL alumni game again this year. This will be I think this will be the 4th version of it already, and that's always a great group to be out there on the field with, and there's always some new guys popping in that have recently retired, which would be great.
Awesome.
But
that was a crazy game.
But I'd still like to get on the field maybe in more of a little bit more of a competitive fashion and try to.
Well, no one's gonna care if you're walking around smelly.
Been able to win. I've never been on a winning team at the tournament in all years, which seems to be my MO across the board. But
it's not as if the competition isn't tough, so it's not like I wasn't on a winning team either, but like you could just say you played against some people that people understand that you lost against,
Oh yeah,
it's very reasonable.
At every age level, you're running into All-Americans, former All-Americans, and All-World folks. So that's been one of the most special things about the event is that whatever age level you're in, whether it's 18 plus all the way up to 65 plus, in 5-year increments, there's always the top players from their era still competing and still doing it. And there's a lot of alumni teams that are basically playing against their arch rivals from college 20 years ago, 30 years ago. So it's got kind of all that fun camaraderie, competitive, kind of respectful feel, which is kind of what, again, has kind of made it last for as long as it has and kind of keeps people coming back.
Yeah, that's one of the things I definitely noticed about the MLL game last year was like, this is crazy watching just an all-star game of like retired dudes who don't really seem to have lost a step, and if they did lose a step, it's literally just one step.
It is. Yeah. It's you get when you strap the helmet on and you get out there, whether it's real or not, it feels like it's not. Nothing's changed. It's maybe all relative, so that it just all washes out. But there's really not. Just like anything that people are passionate about, it's you get involved with it, and it's you're just out there, and anything that's on your mind kind of fades away, and you're just in the moment, and certainly a lot of people appreciate that and like to do it. As again, we've got 250 teams coming up for 1 week there, and everybody's kind of in the same mental space of just feeling good and having a good time and celebrating our sport and the people that make it.
Sounds like a good place to stop there, Kev. And I'm excited to come And we have all the information down below. You guys can check out how to get your team there. And, you'll probably see Rich and I running around, hanging out. Until next time, guys, thank you very much, Kevin. And this has been the Lacrosse Podcast. We will be back next week. You guys can check us out on LaxAllStars.com or wherever you get podcasts. I want to thank our editor, Joe, and Frank Stanley for making all of our music. So next time, take care. Keep laxing.